Hey, how are you? It's Tom from Hangover Free Me. Welcome back to another fake beer review. Last week I reviewed Guinness 0.0 and it's absolutely stellar. So that was a great way to kick off Sober October. Today I'm going to be reviewing something by a San Diego brewer called Two Roots. Let me cover up the light. So Two Roots Brewing Company, and this is what they call their New West. It's a blend of New England West Coast IPA styles. Oh, both New England and West Coast IPA styles. I'm really excited to try this one. From everything I'm reading, Two Roots is at the cutting edge of de-alcoholization. I got this one, I'm based in the UK, and I got this one from drydrinker.com. They carry a nice selection from Two Roots. But like I said, this one is the IPA, the New West IPA. These fake beer reviews, I call it fake beer. It's alcohol-free beer, but my kind of endearing term for that is fake beer. The way I like to rate them, it's pretty simple. I'm not like a beer snob. I don't know all the proper terminology. But I like to pour them into a glass. So first I look at the pour. Does it pour like a real beer? Does it get a nice head like a real beer should? How does it smell? Smell is such a big, important part of beer. So how does this alcohol-free beer smell? Taste, and then aftertaste. So really those are the components, but my alcohol-free beer reviews are just my gut instinct about what I like. My favorite actual beer back in the day was probably a Sierra Nevada. But I also enjoyed, some lighter beers, but I tended to start to gravitate towards darker, hoppier beers. So keep that in mind so you can take my reviews with a grain of salt. But I'm going to start now with the pour of this. I got to cover up the light. I'm going to start with the pour of this Two Roots New West IPA. Here it goes. I'm going to open it. I'm going to pour it into just a clean room temp pint glass. I think if I were drinking this outside of this review, I might actually have this chilled. Some beer people think that's a no-no, having too cold of a glass. I'm going to pour it down here. Actually, I'll pour it up here. Let's see if I can do it without pouring it all over the keyboard. I typically like a gentle pour. Wow, this is a pretty impressive amount of head. Look at that. I'm going to pour the whole thing out. And then I'm going to hit pause for a minute. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. It's just a minute later. I wanted to see what was going on here and pay attention to how it poured and not waste all that time with me staring at this. But there's actually a lot of sediment in this particular beer. It's very effervescent. Also, you can see that there's a substantial head on it. There's a lot of sediment. That's okay by me, but it's like enough that it's worth noting. The can was sitting still in the refrigerator, so it's not like it was on its side or anything. And that wasn't a super aggressive pour. So nevertheless, there's lots of stuff floating around. The pour was pretty real. The head, so far, pretty real as well. I'm going to give it a smell. I have to say, it smells really good. It smells legitimate. It smells like there should be a nice amount of hops in there. And if it tastes as good as it smells, I think I'd be pretty excited. So let's go ahead and give it a taste. Okay. What are my first reactions? Let me give it another sip before I react. Okay. I have to say that's a very, very good first impression. I get really scared sometimes when I taste it. Here, I'm going to swap and hold up the can so everyone can see what I'm actually drinking. I'm going to move that over here. So I just tried for the first time the Two Roots IPA. It's really good. I get worried sometimes that they're going to be so sweet. Sometimes I find that the alcohol-free beers are way too sweet, but this one is hoppy. It's not too sweet. It's got the right amount of carbonation. Yes, there's a lot of sediment that was floating up on the carbonation, but if anything, it has a pretty good mouthfeel, like something that you'd expect. It doesn't feel too light. Sometimes these things are too light. In terms of the aftertaste, it's very much an IPA aftertaste. The other thing, sometimes they're too sweet. sometimes you get a very metallic aftertaste. I don't sense any of that, which is nice. And this thing flew all the way from San Diego to the UK, so it held up nicely in the can. I drank it cold out of a room temperature pint glass. A few minutes down, and the head is still there, which means that it's really kind of adding to the smell. I think that effervescence and bubbliness really helps the nose. It really helps you appreciate it. So not only sometimes when they don't have a good head, when you're taking a sip, I like to also smell it, like as I'm drinking it. So this is like a total beer experience. So I know I call this fake beer reviews because a lot of these alcohol-free or 0.5 or less beers, there's something off. There's something unconvincing. But this is a great choice for Sober October or any other day of the year that you just want to enjoy an alcohol-free beer. So highly recommend. So if you're in the US, I believe that they ship direct to consumer. I noticed on their website that they sell by the 6-pack and up. If you're in the UK, drydrinker.com would be a great option for you. So I have to say, I'm not going to assign a on-the-fly out of 10 number, but across the pour, the head, the smell, the taste, and the aftertaste, like this thing is legit. I'm really excited to actually order some other beers from Two Roots and see what else they're up to in the alcohol-free space. So stay tuned. I'm going to keep doing these. I've got a few more. I did Guinness 0.0, which was spectacular and so good. Another one out of the UK is called Lucky Saint. I'm going to go deeper on Lucky Saint, which originally came in bottles. Now it's on a ton of draft lines in the UK, which is amazing to go to a pub and have an actual pint. They now also have it in cans. I'll be reviewing that shortly. And then over here, you have Beavertown Brewery, which was one of my favorites with the heavy duty beers that they make. But just from their branding all the way down to the beer, legitimate great stuff. I'll review that in the coming days as well. So thanks again. Thank you for joining and listening to my review of Two Roots. If you liked it, maybe subscribe. I'm going to be doing a lot more of these. You could at least like the video. I would appreciate that. Anyway, thank you for joining me. Go out and order some of this for sure. Have a good day. Bye.